Y'all. So, my 19-year-old son, who's off in college right now, sends me Instagram shorts all the time, right? Either relatable to our relationship or just funny stuff that, he just feels the need to share to me because that's his thing. And he sent me one last night that I was watching, but he called me in the middle of it. And so I didn't get to finish watching it. But what part of the clip that I got to was where there was he looked like a young adult, late teenage years kid on the streets. And he was being interviewed and asked how come, he prefers to live on the streets. And he said, he just, on good weather days, he just finds a nice little spot, and whenever it's cold, he goes to the shelter. Well, I didn't get to watch the whole video, and underneath the video, my son put, "One day I'm going to do something like this." And so when he called, I'm like, "What do you mean you're going to do something like this? Like, you're going to live on the streets?" And he was like, he's like, "No, you didn't get the whole point of the video." And I was like, "Well, I didn't get a chance to watch the whole video because you were calling." He was like, "Oh, well, never mind then." And we sat on the phone for 2 hours. Shocker, because we don't ever talk that long. And then he got on my nerves about the last 30 minutes, and then we hung up. But he just now sent me an Instagram video or a post, so I go watch it, and I was like, oh, I never did get to finish watching the one that I saw last night, so let me go finish watching it. And it's where, one of those videos where, somebody sees somebody unfortunate and they want to help him. So that's what this guy did. He took this kid in and took him shopping and bought him shoes and put him in a hotel for a week. And to know that my son, that's what he meant, is that one day he wants to do that for people. And silly as I look right now, emotional over it, it reassures me that I did something good with that one. Because that's all I've ever done, is try to show them that we treat people with kindness. And sorry, I got a call. But I've never gloated at helping people, and I've never been the one to record that type of stuff. I just do it. And it also made me think about, last year we saw a man on the corner of the street, and without even thinking twice, I was like, "You hungry? I'm going to go get you some food, dude." Pulled some money out of the ATM, fed him, sat there and talked to him and heard his story for a little bit, and my littles were watching. And that meant everything to me because they brought it up again, like, can we do that again? And so to know that, they see mommy doing it and it makes them want to do it means so much. It lets me know that I'm raising them right. And I don't know. I just feel like that in today's society and world, there's a lot of selfish people and kids who, put so much value on material things and all that they have and all that they, and all that they want, and don't really sit back and consider other people's lives. And no, it's none of our business, but if you have the means to help somebody, do it. Okay? There should never be any question asked. There's too much money, too many resources, too many people's closets overfilling with shit to not be able to help people. And if you're not teaching your children this, then we aren't the same. So I just wanted to share that because my son, for the longest time told me that, he would never be interested in having the same type of, purpose and fulfillment and goals that I have. Until one day when we were filling out college essays, and I asked him, how do you think you could be a benefit to your community? And that was his response was, I want to be so successful that I can help people get off the streets and buy them food and clothes and put them in shelter. And I was like, are you just saying that just to have something to write in the essay? Or are you just saying that to, like, you know, make me have a big head or something? He was like, no, Mom, like, I really want to do that stuff. And it just feels so good to know that that's where my children's hearts are at. So I just thought I'd share that because I don't ever want them to change their hearts for nothing. And you should never try to mold your kids' hearts. You should try to be a reflection of who you want them to be out in this world. An influence, you know, that mentor. Never try to mold or pressure your child to be something that they don't want to be. They'll easily fall into it. And me saying that if your child doesn't want to help people, that something's wrong with them, because no, like, that doesn't make a person a bad human being because they don't want to help people. Because sometimes you have to be selfish, and sometimes you have to use discernment, and you know, and learn that when people are taking advantage of you and who to help and who not to help. But also, you're not the judge of that either. You will be guided to the ones who need help. And even if it means breaking your back and your funds for years before you finally realize that that person never deserved it, you and that person were sent in one another's life for that time being to help one another grow. I promise you.